So, have you ever been there, totally lost in a new city, your map app gives up, and you desperately need to find that one place?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or you try to help someone, a tourist maybe,
Rare.
and you think you're being crystal clear.
Yeah, and then you see that look on their face. Total confusion.
Exactly. It turns into a kind of wild goose chase.
It really does. And, there's a real knack to giving and getting directions well. It's more than just left and right, isn't it?
Much more.
So today on the deep dive, we're really going to get into that. The surprising sort of complexities of telling someone how to get somewhere.
Unpacking it.
Yeah, our mission is to unlock those little secrets, the strategies, the maybe even psychological bits, the cultural things that make the difference between confusion and, well, actually getting there.
Guiding them confidently.
Right. This deep dive is sort of your shortcut to feeling much more confident, whether you're the one asking or the one answering. And we're drawing our insights today from a really interesting specialized language guide that just focuses on this exact thing.
A guide packed with practical tips. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first off, why is this such a crucial skill? I mean, beyond the obvious of not getting lost.
Well, it is fundamental, isn't it?
Yeah.
You mentioned being lost, being a tourist, helping someone out.
Mm-hmm.
These are universal situations.
They really are.
And it's not just about getting from A to B efficiently. It's about interacting confidently. It's often your first interaction in a new place.
That's a great point. It's a social thing, too.
Absolutely. You're essentially trying to sync up two different mental maps, someone else's internal picture with yours.
And when it goes wrong, it's not always just because you don't know the word for corner.
No, not at all. Sometimes it's like mismatched assumptions
Mm-hmm.
or even just how different people process spatial stuff in their heads.
Right. Okay, so let's talk vocabulary then. The building blocks, we all know left, right, straight.
The basics, yeah.
But how do we use them effectively? Like, turn left. Seems simple.
Uh-huh. But is it? Is it the immediate left, the second left, the one after the big statue?
Good point. Ambiguous.
Very. So effective directions need context. Not just turn left, but maybe turn left at the next traffic light.
Okay.
Or go straight for about 2 blocks, then make a left after you pass the big supermarket. See, details.
Yeah, specificity. It reduces the thinking the other person has to do.
Exactly. Less cognitive load, less chance of messing up.
Okay, so direction words need context. What about describing where things are? Prepositions, right? Next to, behind.
Crucial. These little words do so much heavy lifting, and yet it's about clarity. The bank is next to the school. Okay, but...
Which side? How close?
Right. Better might be the bank is right next to the school on the Main Street side, or the bus stop is directly in front of the main entrance to the mall.
In front of, behind. What about across from?
Another key one. The hotel is across from the hospital. Clearer than just near. Near can be pretty vague.
True. And between.
Also very useful. The library is between the bank and the bakery. It pins it down using 2 known points.
Okay, so we have left, right, straight, next to, in front of, behind, across from, between, near, far.
Got it. And knowing common places helps too, obviously. Bank, police station, hospital, bus stop, post office, restaurant, mall.
Yeah, using those as landmarks makes the directions much clearer if they're actually good landmarks.
Ah, yes. What makes a good landmark? Something unmistakable, permanent.
Not just the blue car.
Exactly. Or the big tree, if there are lots of trees. A post office, a church, a major intersection, those work better.
Makes sense. So we have the words, the places, the prepositions. How do we string them together? Grammar time. Giving directions first.
Right. So we tend to use imperative sentences, the command form. Turn left, go straight, cross the street.
No subject, just the verb. Direct.
Very direct.
Yeah.
Which is good for clarity, but the potential pitfall is tone. Can sound a bit abrupt, maybe even rude if you're not careful.
Especially cross-culturally.
Potentially, yeah. The language guide really stresses softening these with politeness, which we'll get back to. But grammatically, it's base verb. Walk 2 blocks. Take the second right.
Okay. And for asking directions, we don't just bark, "Where bank?"
Definitely not. Politeness is paramount when you're asking someone for their time and help.
So what are the go-to phrases?
Well, starting with, excuse me, is almost always necessary.
Good start.
Then phrases like, could you tell me how to get to the museum? Or, excuse me, where's the nearest pharmacy, please? Adding please is important.
Right. Can you show me the way to the train station? That works too.
Yep. Or even, how far is the train station from here? That gives context too.
Okay, so, excuse me, could you tell me where is, how far, and always please?
Exactly. Shows respect, makes people more willing to help.
And those prepositions we talked about beside, across from, near, in front of, behind, between, they're crucial for understanding the answer, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You need to listen for them. The hotel is across from the station is very different from it's behind the station. Those little words paint the picture.
They really do. Okay, let's put it all together. Can we do a quick example, like a real-world conversation?
Sure. Let's say you're the asker. You need an ATM.
Okay. I see someone who looks like they might know. Excuse me, sorry to bother you.
Yes? How can I help?
I'm looking for the nearest ATM. Is there one around here? Using around here feels natural.
Oh, yes, there is. Let's see. Go straight down this street.
Okay.
You'll pass a large bookstore on your left.
Bookstore on the left. Got it.
Keep going until you reach the traffic light. Turn right at the light.
Right at the light.
The bank is just on that corner, and ATM is right inside the entrance. Or maybe just outside, next to the door.
Okay, straight. Past the bookstore on the left, right at the traffic light, and the ATM is by the bank. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. No problem.
See, that felt pretty clear. Using the landmark, the turn, the final location.
And notice the politeness markers on both sides. Excuse me. Thank you. You're welcome.
Right. Which brings us to the unspoken stuff, the cultural bits. Beyond please and thank you, what else matters?
Well, initiating politely is key. That, excuse me, or sorry to bother you, signals respect for their time.
Uh-huh.
Eye contact, too. Not intense staring, but just acknowledging them as a person. A little smile often helps. Makes you seem approachable and appreciative.
Yeah, it builds that tiny bit of instant rapport, doesn't it?
It really does. And when you receive the directions, nodding, maybe repeating back a key part like you just did.
Okay, so right at the light.
Exactly. It shows you're listening and processing it. And then a clear, sincere thank you at the end seals the positive interaction.
It's like a little social contract for that moment.
Pretty much. It's not just a transaction of information.
Okay, so we've covered the good stuff. What about the potholes? The common mistakes people make, even if they know the words.
Ah, yes. Plenty of ways to get tripped up.
Besides the classic left-right mix-up.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. But beyond that, well, forgetting the politeness markers we just talked about, launching straight into where is can feel abrupt.
Okay, lack of politeness. What else?
Giving too much information at once.
Huh.
You ask how to get somewhere far away, and they give you like 12 turns in one go.
Overload, yeah.
Your brain just shuts down after turn 3. It's better to give directions in chunks. First, get to the main square.
Break it down. Makes sense.
Another one is using vague language. We mentioned near. Or using landmarks that aren't obvious to everyone.
Oh,
Turn
sure.
left by my friend Bob's house. Yeah, not helpful.
Right. Or using relative terms when absolutes are needed. Turn left at a 5-way intersection is problematic.
Exactly. Which left? Be specific. Take the second left or
So-
turn left onto Elm Street.
And grammar traps, like I've heard people say things like, where go bank?
Yes, incomplete questions. Instead of the proper where is the bank or how do I get to the bank?
Yeah.
Using the correct structure makes it much easier to understand.
And not listening carefully for those prepositions when receiving directions.
That too. Hearing next to when the person said behind can send you the completely wrong way. Active listening is crucial for the asker.
It really seems like it requires a bit of spatial empathy. Trying to see it from the other person's perspective.
That's a great way to put it. Anticipating where the confusion might creep in.
So wrapping this up, what are the big takeaways for you, our listener?
Well, this deep dive really shows it's more than just vocabulary. It's about clear communication.
Yeah, we saw how those precise prepositions across, from, behind, between, and good landmarks really paint that mental map.
And how asking politely, using phrases like, could you tell me, and adding please and thank you makes a huge difference.
Plus those nonverbal cues, the smile, the eye contact, building rapport.
And for giving directions, clarity, breaking it down, using imperatives carefully, and specifying turns and locations, avoiding overload.
Understanding all this can seriously save you time and a lot of stress when you're navigating somewhere new or helping someone else.
Absolutely. So now that you've got these tools, maybe a little challenge.
Okay, what's the challenge?
Next time you need to explain how to get somewhere, even just around your own neighborhood, to a friend, try consciously using these techniques.
Like pick clear landmarks, use those specific prepositions, maybe even confirm they've understood.
Exactly. Practice being unambiguous. See how it feels.
Nice practical step, and maybe a final thought to leave everyone with.
How about this? Think about how mastering just a few key phrases and being mindful of politeness and clarity can turn what feels like a big challenge being lost into potentially a positive human connection.
What other simple interactions in our daily lives might actually have this kind of hidden depth if we looked closer?
Something to think about.